Yes, well, we've clearly just come through a fairly significant financial crisis. And I say come through, we're not exactly all the way through it at the moment. I come from a world of finance in the UK. I run a specialised financial markets law firm, and we focus on helping new institutions develop in the financial sector. And once they have developed their business, then we are looking at protecting that through anti-money laundering, anti-fraud, those kinds of measures. So going back to the financial crisis and what's happened, coming out of that, obviously a lot of people were very nervous about what had happened because we were very, very close to a crash happening. And a lot of people have obviously decided that we need to take some extra measures to try and make sure that it doesn't happen again. And we've got no less than about 40 measures coming through at the moment in the financial sector, which is going to have quite a significant burden upon the banks. Well, what does that mean? That means that access to finance for SMEs is getting more and more difficult. So there are two sort of reactions you can do to that. One is to go back to the banks and say, well, these 40 measures, maybe we shouldn't be bringing them all in at once, and we can stage them over a bit of time. We can bring them in gently and see what works, what doesn't work. The risk involved might be different in certain parts of the European Union to other parts of the European Union. So we can have differential sort of implementation, but provided we've got obviously the principles in place. Now, the second major strategy is to look at alternative ways of financing SMEs. And one of the ways which is working very well in the UK is crowdfunding, for example, plus peer-to-peer lending, and plus what's becoming known as challenger banking. If I look at crowdfunding for a moment, that is really, really significant already in the United States and in China, and growing in the UK. So in 3 of the world's top 6 economies, it's doing extremely well. So why can't we do this around Europe? New idea, and it's a great, great gathering that we've had here this morning. Lots of people from businesses all across Europe, and speaking personally, I've already been talking to people from Cyprus, from Croatia, and we're talking about setting up seminars to go through alternative financing methods such as crowdfunding, which can be very, very effective. And probably the leading example in the UK recently has been a company which raised over £1 million in under 24 hours to support its business operations. So I believe that that kind of support, that kind of view, development in policy and in terms of alternative forms of financing will certainly help ease the burden on European industry and be a great, great thing for the future.